The pandemic has negatively impacted everyone, except for maybe dogs. After spending a year inside with their owners, dogs have had so much FaceTime, they're now asking for a break to see other people. While we're still adjusting to this new world, one thing we've certainly learned is the answer to the media's favorite asinine question.
Up next, can women have it all?
Can women have it all?
Career or family? It's a struggle for a lot of women. Can women have it all?
Can women have it all?
Can women really have it all? Look around. We've got 3 working women right here, so I got a feeling it's going to get a little feisty.
Can women have it all? Was Sarah Jessica Parker not clear enough? No matter how hard women try to have it all, Seth Meyers will always be there ready to take them out. Take a closer look at that, Meyers. Asking if women can have it all was already a stupid question, but now it's even more absurd. Last month, the Biden administration called the number of women leaving the workforce a national emergency. But perhaps the biggest tragedy of all is what other people are calling this trend.
Economists are calling this troubling trend a she-cession, a recession that's disproportionately affecting women.
Some are calling it a she-cession.
You coined the term she-cession. What does the she-covery look like?
A she-covery basically looks just like a regular recovery, but with a couple of fun bags. It's especially upsetting considering that in December 2019, women actually outnumbered men in the U.S. workforce. Unfortunately, just like my friendship with Justin Timberlake, some things have to end.
COVID has decimated a lot of careers for women.
A recent study says 1 in 4 women is considering leaving the workforce as a direct result of the COVID crisis.
Put simply, women lost their jobs at a rate 4 times more than men.
It's a statistic almost as sad as how I need to wax my mustache at a rate 4 times more than men. By October, more than 2 million women had left the workforce, dropping the percentage of women working or looking for work to its lowest since 1988. All you needed to be a working girl back then was a head for business and a bod for sin. Of course, I was a teenager in '88, so I had a head for Swatch watches and a bod for Rick Astley. From the start of the pandemic, women lost more jobs than men because they were more likely to work in restaurants, hair salons, retail stores, or in crowded bars, teaching McLovin what it means to respect women. In September of last year, as the school year started, we saw the real economic impact when more than 860,000 women dropped out of the workforce. In December, women even accounted for 100% of jobs lost.
Women lost all of the gains that they had made in the past decade. So post-Great Recession, they lost every job that they gained in the previous 10 years in just 1 month. Right now, we're at a labor force participation that we haven't seen in 30 years. Like, we've lost a generation of gains. It's not going to be like a snapback thing. It's going to be a long road to recovery for women.
Which explains why the new Rosie the Riveter slogan is now just... Many women were forced to leave work because suddenly having lost most childcare options, the burden of caring for kids most often fell on them.
The day that our school system announced that our children were going to be starting remote, I turned in my resignation.
Single mom Michelle Perez worked retail for years, but with her kids at home doing virtual school, she couldn't work the hours she used to. That's why she was laid off.
When her son's school shut down, she was forced to choose between childcare and career. Fondetta says when the nonprofit she worked for demanded more work than she could do in a day while juggling childcare, she lost her job.
2020 forced me to have to make hard decisions, and I chose my family.
I also chose my family. Unfortunately, they did not choose me. That's the real reason why I don't do the show in our backyard anymore. At their peak, school closures affected at least 55 million students. That's both hard on parents and weird kids whose only friends are the teachers. Another reason women are leaving the workforce is that, nevertheless, the gender wage gap has persisted. Earning ability affects who stays home with kids, sick family members, and plants. Plants can be such high-maintenance assholes. As of 2018, women earned, on average, just 82 cents for every dollar earned by men. And experts say the wage gap is only going to get wider in the coming years as the recession forces more women to leave the workforce. Faced with all these obstacles, it's not surprising that women are choosing to have fewer children.
There had been talk of maybe a baby boom because everyone was, locked in their house quarantining. But now we're hearing more about perhaps a baby bust.
People make long-term decisions when they have confidence about the future. And if there's anything that undermines confidence about the future, it's this massive pandemic.
Turns out, stress isn't the best aphrodisiac. And fewer dates, bars, and chance encounters also mean fewer oopsies.
There you have it. The pandemic is causing fewer oopsies, fewer zoinks, and a lot less ooh. But hey, at least this should make conservatives happy. Fewer oopsies also means fewer abortion-doodles. In light of the pandemic, many women are changing their timelines for starting a family. In one survey, 1/3 of women said they wanted fewer children because of the pandemic. Furthermore, Black and Hispanic women were more likely to say they wanted to delay having children than white women, leading economists to project a COVID baby bust of around 300,000 fewer births in 2021. The bottom line is, many women don't have a choice in whether they join or leave the workforce and whether they have or don't have children. So can we please finally kill the question, can women have it all? It's sexist, and it frames the idea of balancing work and children as a personal choice. If we want to support families and women, we need strong public policies like universal preschool, subsidized childcare, and paid family leave. Without those things, women will continue to drop out of the workforce, and the economy cannot fully recover unless women are in it. We need to end the she-cession, and we need to stop calling it that. If anything, it should be the Great She-pression. But no one asked me, which is stupid because this is basically my whole job. I was right here the whole time. Aw, thanks for watching. If you'd like to hear more from Full Frontal, hit subscribe and visit our page for more videos. Or if you'd like to be radicalized, leave YouTube on autoplay.